Hi everyone, it's Monique at Butterbee Scraps. I just wanted to show you my latest album. I actually created this album for a friend of mine for Christmas. Spent quite a bit of time on it, but had loads of fun creating it. I actually used the G45 Steampunk Debutante paper collection. I've had some G45 papers in my stash for a long time, and I've been hoarding them and afraid to cut them up, but I actually made a couple albums lately from the G45 papers and really like how they turned out. So what I've got here is it's a standard paper bag album. I've added leather on the binding, some fibers there. I created a charm using a Tim Holtz swivel clasp. And I did quite a bit of beadwork on here just to coordinate with the papers. I've got a lot of gears, clocks, got one of Tim Holtz's light bulbs here, but I mixed it with a lot of flowers, and actually most of the flowers I used in this album are handmade. I used just some organza fabric and cut them out using the Tim Holtz Tattered Florals die, and then heated up the edges so that they melted and curled up, and layered them. And I've been doing this a lot lately because I find the album is less bulky that way, rather than using the I Am Roses flowers. However, you will notice this album is still tremendously thick. It's about 3.5 inches thick, but anyways, let's get started. I titled it Definition of Mojo. Of course, Mo being Monique, that's my name, and my girlfriend's name is Jody, so I just kind of combined our names there. So on the first page here, I just created a little booklet in this pocket with a little inscription, personal message to my friend. Just added a couple of flourishes here, and I tried to add kind of inspirational quotes throughout the album. So it's just a variety of the Tim Holtz quotes. You'll also find that a lot of the pictures haven't been added yet, and that's just out of respect for the people in the pictures, because I didn't ask for permission to show their pictures on the internet. So I'll be putting all the pictures in when I'm done this video. So there's a removable picture mat here, and of course Mo, short for Monique. So I've got I'll be adding a couple pictures of me and my husband and me and my son on there. And here I've got a little card with several picture mats on it. Did a little bit of spritzing with Lindy Stamp Gang. I know the shimmer doesn't really show up on the camera very well. And a little bit of embossing just to fancy it up. So on the next page, I've got Joe at the bottom here, just short for Jody. A couple picture mats in this pocket. More picture mats. It took me a little bit longer to make this album because I was trying to come up with a design that fit the pictures that I had. I find if I can just kind of go with the flow, it's a lot easier. I don't have to think so much about how many picture mats and journaling spots to put in there. Really like how this turned out. Used some glossy accents on the mannequin here, and I put some feathers behind the wing on the mannequin. So I really like how that turned out. Of course, you can see the gear peering through from the other side. This is just purely a decorative page. This page here, all this unfolds. So there are 3 picture mats along here. And then I created a pocket down here. And I'm sorry, I don't recall where I got this idea, but maybe what I'll do is I'll post a link in the description of this video so that you guys can go check it out. Another picture mat there. This one here, several pictures. And this here, I saw, oh, I can't remember exactly who it was. I'll put a quote on the video here as well. It's just a magnet, and actually I have a picture that's going to go on the back here and hide the magnet, but I think that's such a neat idea. With the graphic 45 papers, they're so nice. I don't like covering them up, so it's nice to have removable elements so that you can see the design of the paper underneath. Here's another quote, a couple tags here. This will have a picture on it. This one as well. And I tried to use acrylic elements throughout the entire album. I like using acrylic, but it is challenging in the sense that you have to really be aware of the way it's going to look on both sides. So I've got more picture mats here. I thought this was kind of cute. This was a cute little charm I received in a swap actually, so it was kind of neat to include it here. This here has a little tiny library clip with a couple photo mats inside there as well. And you can see I just glued part of a flourish down. And actually this is kind of an interesting mistake, I guess. I was feeling kind of lazy and I wanted to emboss the flourish. So what I did is I spritzed it with some of my Lindy Stamp Gang, thinking that I could just pour the embossing powder over top when it was still wet. But when I took the heat gun to it, a lot of the powder blew off, but it gives it a really nice kind of rustic look to it. So in the end, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now this, another picture mat with some chain and some crystals at the top. Another one of Tim Holtz's stamps. Got this little folder. And Jody and I played a lot of soccer together when we were younger, so that's just pictures of all our medals and trophies and stuff. Another picture mat there. More picture mats. This is actually just a printout from a magazine that went to a ball game together, and there's this bingo game on the back of the flyer, so I just included a printout of that. Journaling with a picture mat. Another Tim Holtz quote, and this time I used the small page to create a little bit of a pocket. And there's a journaling spot and a spot for a picture as well. This one here, actually I really like this, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen the double slider features. I actually just added this little charm that I made using my Dymo label maker, just so that she knows to give this a bit of a tug, and she'll see a couple more pictures in there. I've got a tag here, and when we were visiting one year, we went to Tunnels of Moose Jaw, so this is just printouts from their flyer. And then I used the Tim Holtz brick embossing folder on the back to add some texture to that. So more picture mats. Corner gas is kind of a long story. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it, but they filmed Corner Gas in Saskatchewan. That's where I was visiting my girlfriend, so we went to the site where they filmed it. Then I've got a little envelope here. There's another mat with a photo on it. Another Tim Holtz quote. Picture mat. And in the pocket here I've got another acrylic tag. It was just one of the houses from the show. And yeah, that's a picture of me a while ago. And that's it, and of course my stamp, I always stamp and date, sign my name on it. There's the back. And I just have this chain with a loop that hooks on the front, and that's it. So I hope you guys like the album. Sorry, I cruised through it pretty quickly. Anyway, love your feedback, would love your comments, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.